Hello and welcome to another episode of What the Fuck Moments in Manga and Anime After Dark. And today we are talking about the Boys Love manga Three Wolves Mountain, so if this is not your flavor of spice or if you are under 18, please scroll away. Also, trigger warnings. You meet the quiet loner Kaya. He runs a cafe by day and protects a graveyard from grave robbers at night. And then one night he meets the werewolf brothers Taru and Jiro. Jiro has just become of age, so they were kicked out by their family. As you know, it's a wolf-werewolf thing. Their parents wanted them to start a life of their own. Unfortunately, they're not that good at it. So Kaya begrudgingly takes them in and feeds them. But Kaya expects them to repay him. Being that older brother Taru is, basically a wolf, leaves Jiro to help at the cafe. At first, Kaya's not really sure he wants anybody to hang around with him. But it soon becomes very apparent to Kaya that he's a little bit overworked. So he begrudgingly accepts the help. Just when Kaya thinks that, everything's back to normal, there's a problem at the graveyard. People are regularly showing up to grave rob. However, these grave robbers did not expect, two werewolves during the full moon. And during the full moon, that means that Taru here becomes a two-legged wrecking ball. And Jiro, he sprouts these cute little ears and, a tail. My weakness. So yeah, that doesn't go well for the grave robbers. And in true anime fashion, Jiro has the ability to heal with his tongue. Yeah, it's that kind of story. Being that it is the full moon, Jiro is, experiencing a very normal part of being a young werewolf. He proclaims to Kaya that he loves him, and Kaya apparently has the same weakness I do. That's not long before these two become a couple. Well, kind of. Because, Jiro said I love you, but, Kaya didn't. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Kaya has some trauma baggage. He's easily upset by things, and, he doesn't want to talk about it. Which means when Jiro messes up, Kaya gets mad for weeks. Jiro's obviously confused. He's like, hey, I thought we were, a couple. Why are you pushing me away? But Kaya just doesn't want to talk about it. Until eventually another full moon comes. One day at the graveyard, Jiro sees a spirit. It is the spirit of Kaya's older brother Kai. Tragically took his own life several years ago. And it's not long before the whole tragic story comes out. After the death of their parents, the two brothers went to live with their uncle, who, was not the best person. Hurt and afraid, Kai kind of, turned all of that onto Kaya before tragically taking his own life, leaving Kaya alone with his uncle. So yeah, the trauma has followed him. He lives his very loner life, kind of as punishment for not helping Kai when he had the chance. And there's a whole boss battle with Kai. And, eventually things work themselves out. But Kaya, he still kind of holds a lot of that baggage. Looking at this from the outside, Kaya is really not ready for a relationship. So even though Jiro's trying to help him through that, Kaya is very resistant. But eventually the two brothers get called back home. Because apparently dear mother did not mention that she was about to have another baby. But of course, once Jiro is gone, it is then that Kai realizes that he doesn't want to be alone. Kai is starting to come around, so, Jiro's happy enough. A whole lot more with another character named Aki, but we're not going to talk about that one, because it's kind of a twist. On a whole, the story kind of feels rushed. It's the author's earlier work, so we're not going to be too harsh. I feel if it had more time, it could have really been something. If you want something short, spicy, a little bit fluffy, there you go.